What's going on, my people? It's Gerard again, back with another vlog. This time, I want to take you guys on a walk across my neighborhood to the park while talking about this week's readings. Let's do it. Alright, switch of point of view here. What I got was that the media's rhetoric really influences the culture because as people are repeatedly shown the same things, the public are more likely to take interest in those things that are being portrayed. For example, in On Novel Reading, Knox describes how books are meant to be entertaining to young minds. So you remember those like children's books that we all read as a kid, like the Mickey Mouses and Peter Pans and whatnot. He's saying like that's what books are supposed to be towards young kids, not like these very violent and very descriptive, as those are reserved for older generations of kids. And they shouldn't be that serious because their minds are so young. And as we talk about becoming like growing up as a young kid to a teenager in teen literature and fan culture, the thought of books being great sources of entertainment goes even deeper, as Robin Benner talks about books being so entertaining to people that the book gains fans, and those fans express their creativity and passion by beginning to write their own stories about the book, called fan fictions. Those fan fictions will then spread awareness of the original book, thus growing the fan base, which was the publisher's goal in the first place. And I'm sorry if you can't hear me, because there's a lot of construction and I live next to a private airport. Moving to The Art of Immersion, Pure Fiction by Robin Benner. Benner talks about the need for stories to be multidimensional. So for example, stories that can be read aloud, acted out, or read in silence in order to cultivate the reader. The story can also be way out of the ordinary, and although that might be a bad thing to some people, it could be a good thing, especially for the authors, because they can be attracting multiple types of audiences instead of their ordinary audiences. Furthermore, in Klosterman's essay, Why Zombie Myself, Why Modern Life Feels Rather Undead, Klosterman writes how we all have our own zombies in our lives that we need to kill. The zombies being the challenges that we have in our everyday lives. There will continue to be zombies as every day passes, and that's just part of life. Every day we have obstacles that we need to climb over, those obstacles being our zombies. And this is part of the rhetoric that media influences culture heavily, as everybody has zombies that they need to slay. And it's no coincidence that the show The Walking Dead is one of the most popular shows out there, or why the zombies mode on popular shooting game Call of Duty is remade each year ever since the early 2000s. Although the thought of zombies is out of the ordinary story, people were still able to relate to it. As people are shown something they relate to, culture will begin to shift to that commonality. Going to Jacob Burkack's essay, Escape the Matrix, Burkack explains the fear of missing out, otherwise known as FOMO, and how it is being pushed by the media. So as we move into this modern day and age of social media, there's always something new and trendy every week. I believe right now on TikTok there's a lot of popular sounds that people are trying to hop on the trend, and in some cases they get millions of views, and in other cases only your friends see them. The media will portray these items in order to get their audiences to pull the trigger and buy what they've been showing to avoid getting FOMO. FOMO being pushed by the media is a never-ending cycle which will continue to rake money from hardworking citizens. FOMO then relates to Bowmore's why video games should be played with friends, as he explains how playing video games simply provides a better, fun experience than gaming with some strangers. And personally, I can relate to this because just last night I was playing some games with my friends, and we've all been separated because we all go to different colleges, and it just took me back to when we were in high school, and all those memories that we made, all the laughs that we cracked and the jokes that were had, it really isn't any, like, nothing can really replicate it. And compare that to when I play with random people on, say, like Fortnite. Like, obviously you can still joke around, they can become your friends, but they're not your friends of like 10 plus years. You could only say so much to them before like learning who they really are and what they're really about. And I can agree with more here, because although you're able to play with friends all over the world, nothing will beat making memories with your close friends that you've known for 10 plus years. And say that one person in the friend group doesn't have video games, and all the other people in the friend group are talking about how much fun they had playing the night before. That one lonely friend is like, oh my goodness, I gotta get me some video games because these guys are making memories while I'm just sitting on my phone doing nothing, which is basically FOMO right there. So because of the media's rhetoric, obviously people are essentially being forced to buy these trendy goods to avoid missing out on the fun. And yeah, overall, because of FOMO, more money is being raked in. So for that third part right there, I had to go to a little voiceover because it was just a little too loud, so hopefully that's okay. But that's gonna do it for my second vlog. I hope you're liking this style. I chose to leave my desk for a little bit because I've been pretty stationary this past week, and I've been doing a lot of work for my classes. So I think by doing this, I'm knocking out two birds with one stone, getting a little cardio while doing my work for another class. My next vlog is going to be the same. It's going to be me walking back. So I'll see you in 15 minutes. Hope you have a good day, and God bless you. Have a good one.